Congratulations on Crush. It's a very funny movie, very relevant and poignant. And love is love, and it's so great to see people responding to a film that 5-6 years ago wouldn't be on a major network. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your character, AJ.
Yes, so I play AJ Campos. She is one of the co-leaders, I suppose is the right word, of the track team, and the other is my sister Gabriella. And then suddenly this artist named Paige joins the track team, and she's not great at running. She's not even good at running, but through Paige joining our team, we kind of get to explore what a first crush feels like, and also what first love feels like, and how those two are not always the same.
Those things can be really damaging, huh?
What do you mean?
A first crush, I mean, they don't call it, a feather. They call it a crush because it can really break your heart.
I think if there's miscommunication, sure. And that's also kind of what we explore, is that crush, at least for Paige in our film, and Tyler Alvarez says it really well. He plays Paige's best friend. He's like, oh gosh, does she look like she's walking in slow motion towards you? Yes. Are there fireworks popping behind her? Yes. And that's kind of the difference between a crush or infatuation and love. And love involves getting to know someone and being vulnerable with them. And being in love is much scarier, I think, than a crush.
Being in front of the camera, because we know your history in animation and all, but being in front of the camera, you get to explore how you use your body and how you walk and talk. And being a singer, I'm wondering, do you find rhythms and cadences in the roles that you take on?
That's a great question. I found my breathing to be a very important aspect in acting. And I credit that to my singing background, which I sang in school choir and at church when I was younger. And that also played into voice acting. But voice acting is, I feel like, a character where I need to show you that I'm excited through my voice, and that thankfully comes naturally. But with on camera acting, there is a rhythm to it. And I found that with running, I hate running. I am not a runner. I was never a track star myself, but AJ, my character, is. And so to keep myself going on those days when I had a steady amount of running, like, it truly comes from the breath and finding the cadence in your breath, because that's the only way you'll get to the finish line. And I had to practice running before filming, which is strange to say that you have to practice running, but it's true. And yeah, I really enjoy the physical aspect of these roles, and I hope to do more of it.
Yeah, do you like roles that have a little physicality to them, like this one?
Yes, I do, because it's harder. I like a challenge.
It is. And especially after take, and you're there all day running the same, half a mile or whatever it is. You've got to do it and look like you're doing it for the very first time.
Yep, that's where the prep comes into play, and I'm grateful that I like doing the homework. Like homework as far as character and why I'm saying these particular lines, but also prep as in practicing running, because you can't just show up on the day and do that. And I had to run, and I hated every second of it, but I was like, well, AJ loves this, so we're going to do it for AJ.
You have time with the director to sit down and figure out the psychology behind your character?
Yes. Sammy Cohen is a wonderful director. I truly loved working with her because she was so in tune with every character. Any question I had, she would like run it through with me. And I am protective of my characters because I've done the homework. Sometimes if a director asks, well, can you play it this particular direction? I'm like, okay, let me just explain though, that this is my moment before and this is my moment after. So this is why I played it like this, and Sammy immediately jumps in and discusses that with me. And I remember when I I first auditioned with her. She was like, so tell me your thoughts on AJ. And I was like, well, I think that she's like like masculine and puts on a front of kind of seriousness merely because she watches people from a distance and she doesn't want them to get too close. And I feel like, she's very emotional though under the surface, and maybe she's a Scorpio. And Sammy's like, well, I'm a Scorpio, so that checks out. And I was like, yes, yes, I'm in the vein. I loved working with her.
In our final moments that we have together, of course, I love your voice. You such a beautiful, beautiful instrument. Will you be doing a lot of live theater coming up now that Broadway is opening? Are you planning on doing a Broadway show?
Oh, it's so funny you said that. I'm actually in New York right now. And while I can't discuss the play reading that I just did, I was up to my neck in music.
Wow.
And it was such a great experience because I like, New York is a different beast, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The type of singing and like the type of commitment is intoxicating. Like, I love it so much. It's so great to be surrounded by people with bellowing voices who are just theater kids but grew up. It's so fun. So I would love to continue in this space and to come back to New York and sing my little heart out, because it feels so good.
I'm going to put a plug in here. You should go see my friend Sutton Foster in The Music Man.
I will do so. How lovely.
And Hugh Jackman as Harold Hill. But,
name drop your friends. I love that.
Well, listen. I'm an old man. That's all I have is name dropping.
As you said.
You are an amazing person to talk to. I'd love to talk to you for a longer period of time about Broadway, about training and all that. But this is such a fun movie, and it's so well intentioned. It's just a gentle, really, really kind of hectic comedy. And I'm glad you were in it. And I'm glad I got to talk to you.
Thank you. Same here. I'll talk to you again soon.
Maybe I'm Moana 2 or 3.
Ooh. Oh, he's trying to get me in trouble.
Okay. Have a
Bye,
great
Tony.
day. Bye-bye.